All right, we are live, and that looks good. That looks good.
Good.
Yeah, I had the. I'm gonna try to do. I just gotta make sure I got staff down there, but I'm gonna try to do the Eric LaSalle hangout from the studio. So it'll be a little more interesting background than just my house office.
That'll be fun. That'll be fun. And he'll be online too, or he'll be in person with you?
No, he'll be online with me.
That's
So,
great.
but that'll be awesome. That would be so
hmm
awesome. So.
So how did you two connect?
You know, I found out that he wrote this book, and I picked it up and read it, and it was really good. It was fun. He does women characters really well and strong. They're not just an adjunct, in there. And it was and good, strong lines. Lines that make sense. The women aren't just thrown in. They're really a good storyline, and I just enjoyed it. And so I just hit him up online for the last book and said, "Hey, would you do an interview with me?" And what he did is he wound up we wound up doing it on the telephone, and then I put it on YouTube and put it with some pictures. I just had like 6 pictures that just rotated because I didn't have anything. And it got such a big response online. He was like, "Wow, thank you, blah blah blah." And I think people are always surprised that it's like, no, I really do have an audience, and
Yeah.
we have to, we might have to go some different ways to hit them, but they are there. So we just have been chatting ever since, and I asked if there would be a sequel, and he said yeah, and so I said great. So this summer now the sequel's out. And, we've just been chatting and chatting. And so I said, hey, are you ready to do Google Hangout? And he said yes. And, of course, his people had to, check out everything.
Yep.
But it's going to be awesome. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. And
That's really exciting.
I bought the Kindle book, and it delivers tomorrow. So I will have a chance to have read it. And so anybody and it's standalone. The second book is standalone, but I do like his writing style. I was surprised it was as good as it is, but it was really good. So.
Yeah. That's great. That's great. What has he been doing any acting since ER?
Mostly directing and behind the scenes. A lot of the shows you've seen on TV, he's directed behind the scenes. So
Oh wow.
really I think where his focus is. I don't know that he's that. Because it's hard for black actors to find really good roles.
hmm
Um, he was in this
These
movie.
days it's fine. It's hard for anybody to find a good role. They're all just so poor these days.
Yeah, there really are. And
Yeah.
he was in this movie called Crazy as Hell, and I think that's when I really realized he was a really good actor because the character that he plays is off the chain. The movie's so, it has some good actors that we all like in there, but it looks like you could like tell when the money cut off is like, and here we're gonna end the movie.
Gotcha.
But he did an outstanding job. I mean, his character was a combination of sexy, but just like really creepy, and just like all of the mixed feelings that you would have.
Oh wow.
And I love that movie because of his participation in it. So I think that he's behind the cameras a little bit more, and so I'm just wishing
Yeah,
you.
I think of him and obviously ER, but I wasn't that into it. I kind of started tuning out of TV around that time. But I definitely think of him and Coming to America.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, that's where I think of him. I'm like, that was the best. That was the best. So
that
fun.
that is the
Very
best.
exciting.
So so anyway, so we've just been talking, and Chansey was able to befriend him, and we just have had a good time. So
That's fun.
I need a good summer read, not just business, business, business. I need
I
something.
know. I get, it's like I get so into these business books and I get so caught up in the next one and the next one and they're so great, etc. But I just find I look at my bookshelf and I just find that it's just all business, which is wonderful, but there's no separation. And here I am, a business lifestyle coach, and I'm just like 80% business with the 20% lifestyle just being my daughter. And I'm like, what about me? What about me? So I'm finally this summer starting to, eat my own medicine and take my own advice and integrate some, you know, personal reading, some fun blogs, finding a hobby, going swimming, stuff like that. So it's a hard balance for sure.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay, I'm gonna put this out here. Okay, so I'm just posting some stuff. So. Let's see what else we got going. Oops. Would be nice if I put the link in there. Maybe they can come.
So when people, and this is just my own ignorance about technology, but when people are watching the live hangouts, do they pop up or do we know
No,
that they're watching us?
no, they cannot pop up unless I invite them. So the
Okay.
only person who can pop up at this time would be Chansey. But you can see how many people are watching. They can push the like button. They can share it out. And so what we want them to do is share it with other people so people will watch.
Nice.
But you
Very
can't. That's how you can keep people out. Is that it's by invite only. So the little notice that you got, it's only going to go out to people I send it to, so they can't just pop in.
Okay. That's why I wasn't sure. I'm like, is this just an open conversation where anybody can come in and start asking random questions? Because that could be potentially awkward.
Yes, yeah, that's really bad. And
I wouldn't think you would do something like that, so I just didn't know how this technology worked.
it's all new, and Google Hangouts are working better. A lot of the glitches are out of them, but they're evolving now.
Yep.
I don't know if you've heard of Uber Conference, but people can listen via Uber Conference if they want. If they're in their car and they want to be on the Google Hangout, but they can't, they're not at their computer. So Google is really doing everything they can to, you know, have everything in one place. The only thing I don't like about Google is that everybody that you know on Google Plus, it'll put them in your phone.
Yeah.
That I don't need everybody's. You know what I mean? It's like I don't really
Yep.
know. That would be like Facebook putting everybody you are connected to in your phone. That's a bit much.
That is.
So,
That is.
and that's the one thing iPhone users don't have to worry about, because there are some things that are just not really compatible, which is interesting. Yeah. I just now seen your note. Are we still on for tonight?
I was like panic. I'm like, ah!
All right. So I am going to be putting this in our stream. Okay. Well, we got about 5 minutes. But these are really, really good, and I've really been able to grow, my network with it. So, um, just been a learning curve. This year has been a learning year for me. I probably learned more in the last 6 months, business-wise, in terms of how to use the Google Hangouts and how to do some different things. I've learned more probably than I have in the last 2 or 3 years.
Oh, wow.
And so this is a new system that I am learning and doing. I'm putting everything into practice, but it's a lot of new things for me. So
What do you attribute that kind of compression of knowledge due to? Just your awareness that it exists, or that you are finding ways to integrate it into your business, or kind of both?
Kind of both, and then also because I've partnered with Shay and Trevor. They're on the East Coast. I partnered with them on a lot of things, and so learning, okay, this is what we're doing. We want you to be a part of this and do it like this. I've got to learn what they're doing, and so that has, that has been a lot of it. Them saying, hey, this is a system you can use. It'll be great. Great. Here's the system. Let me show you how to let me show you how to do it. The whole, just the whole thing. So I attribute a lot of it is being around them and just keeping up with what's going on. They are really, like I said, good at putting butts in the seats. They are really good at getting everything automated. Like once they figure out what they want to do, then for them it's about how do we automate it so we don't have to do, hammer this out every single time, and we get in, plenty of clients. So they did a call for speakers for the Four Divas, and they have this appointment system that they use, and it literally sent me like 50 calls in 2 days.
Wow.
50 people that were interested to talk to about. So I haven't implemented that yet, but it's pretty amazing stuff. But it's learning about what you want to do, where you want to take your business, and then what's the technology that will help you.
Yep. Yeah, that's definitely the next step for me, because over the past probably 8 weeks or so, I've had some serious setbacks personally and in my business, and it's been such a blessing for me because I've been able to step back and kind of reevaluate the path that I was on, totally shut down and see, is this the path that I want to continue on? And then looking forward, say, okay, I need more systems, I need more automation, I need more leverage, et cetera, et cetera. So, surrounding myself, like you've done, with the people who get it, as long as they're one step ahead of me, that works for me.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Well, these guys are more than one step ahead of me.
Yeah.
And then what I bring to them is that the things that they want to do in television and media, I'm able to bring that because I'm one step ahead of that. So
Yeah.
they brought me in to direct their Pound HLIC movie. So I went up to the East Coast, I shot that, and then now it's here with me in California, and we're editing. So it's it's a win-win, and I like working with them. And like I said, with my brain, I'm like, man, you guys are taking me back to school.
That's great.
School.
That's great.
All right. Well, we still have a few more minutes, so. Okay. I know it doesn't have any of your pictures. It keeps wanting to say, well, we want a picture of Liz. It's like, I don't have one. Can you hear that? Seems like my TV's gotten louder.
Yeah, there's like a thumping.
Okay, I'm going to go turn it off. It's like getting louder, louder, louder. Okay. And then we'll have it up for people to check out later too.
That's great.
So we will be pushed out. We won't have anything else until the 30th. So They got 2 weeks to watch it.
Oh, good.
All right, you guys. We are broadcasting live, and we're here with Liz Derderer. I'm Dr. Letitia Wright. I'm your host for today's Monday. I'm saying Monday Media.
Yeah.
Media Pound Media Mondays. Pound Media Mondays. And we haven't had a Media Mondays in a while. So where have I been? What have I been doing? Been on the East Coast shooting the Pound HLIC movie. This is where 35 women came together. They share a story from their life of how they overcame. How they overcame a problem, how they got through it. And the reason why the stories are important is that I want women to know that there are some very creative ways to get through the issues that you're having. There's some very creative ways to create success for yourself. And not all the stories are sad stories. There's some really fantastic stories, but they all end up with a win. And that's what's cool about it. It's a win-win situation where they came in and they came out the winners. And I'm excited to share those stories. If you go to Dr. Wright's Facebook fan page for the Right Place TV show, the fan page, you can see the photos. I loaded up some behind-the-scene photos so you can kind of see what their clothes are, what they wore. You don't get to hear any of the stories. We're still doing the promos for that. But there's a whole album there called Pound, HLIC. Pound, HLIC. It's on the Dr. Wright Facebook fan page. So if you would like to check out who's in the movie, well, you can find out because everybody's picture is there. And I am definitely encouraging everybody to go ahead and tag themselves in the photos because I am lazy and I don't want to tag. I don't feel like going through the photos and tagging you guys. So you know it's you. Tag yourself. But people are enjoying the photo album and looking at it. And so you can check it out and just see what we did. Andre Berry helped me with the camera. Angela Tate Leonard was my assistant. I really appreciate that. She's one of my best friends, my bestie, personal bestie in my life. And she's not an assistant. She's a vice president of a nonprofit called Los Angeles Youth Network. It's one of the largest nonprofits in Los Angeles, and she's a vice president there. So for her to take a week off from her busy schedule and help me, because I was a friend calling in a chip, was awesome. She really helped everything go smooth. She's on the case on everything. I want to congratulate Los Angeles Youth Network. They are closing escrow on a new house. What Los Angeles Youth Network does is they actually help homeless teens, homeless children and teens. They're getting babies off the streets or getting them from couch surfing. A lot of times homeless youth are not on the street and visible because they're sleeping on someone's couch for 2 days here and someone else's couch 2 days there, and they're kind of roaming around. And they're actually making a difference in LA. So kudos to Los Angeles Youth Network, and thank you to my friend for helping me out and helping me make the movie something really, really cool. So I want to encourage everybody, if you're watching, you should be watching on the YouTube channel, you can share this out to your friends. What we're about to cover tonight is a little bit serious because Liz is going to really share how we combine our spirituality and get our business going and moving forward. There's some inner game that needs to work correctly for you to have the level of success that you want. If you haven't had the level of success that you want, you need to hear what she has to say. So whether you're in the feed or whether you're sharing this out, share this out to your friends. Let them know this is the Monday Media Hangout. I am going to share with you later on about who got a book deal, which one of our stars got a book deal. And I'll be also allowing some of the stars to come on and talk about the stuff that they have coming up. So if you are not a star, that means that you need to join our Instant Star Maker group, instantstarmaker.com, and you need to be a part of the Facebook group. The Facebook group is Instant Star Maker Facebook group. When you go into the Facebook group, you will meet a lot of other stars. I call everybody in the group a star. You'll meet a lot of other stars. A lot of our stars have their own radio shows. They have their own television shows. They have their own media going on. They have blogs. They have magazines. They have their own newspapers, different things going on. So you want to go in there because Instant Star Maker and Media Monday nights are about getting your name out there. Now, let's just stop right here for a second. Let me say I'm not about being a star just for the sake of being a star. I'm about being a star because the bigger your name is, the faster you can spread your message. The bigger your name is, the faster you can spread your message. That is the purpose of it. Yeah, the free clothes, and thank you, Gwynnie B, for being a sponsor of the clothes. If you guys want a link to Gwynnie B, just let me know in the Instant Star Maker group. I'll give you that. You get 30 days of free clothes. Women only. Sorry, guys. I don't have a hookup like that for you guys. But for the women, if that's what you want, let me know in the Instant Star Maker group. It's not just about the great shoes from Carlos Santana. It's not just about the great stuff. It's about your name being big enough so that your message can get across. Many of you have a message that is not even necessarily yours. It's been downloaded from above. It's been a spiritual journey. And I know that because I talk to you. I hear what you're talking about. I hear what your message is. And I know that there's a real passion for it that comes almost supernatural. Well, being a star and having a big name will help you push that passion forward. That's the bottom line. You need to be known. And so what we're teaching here is some media strategy, some media training game. The inner game, the spiritual game that can allow you to charge what you need to charge to get the money that you need and to go from there. So if you're viewing and you're in the Facebook group, I'm just going to look in the Facebook group really quickly just to see, who's there, who's doing what, and who's talking about this and who's ready to go. If you are ready to go, put pound, I'm ready, and let's see who is here and who is listening to the group. So it's all about you. It's really, really all about you. Keisha Pitt, thank you so much. She's out there posting. Of course, Chansey is posting. But if you're ready, just put pound, I'm ready. Toy Parker says she is here. And who else is in here? If you're here, you know what? You need to just kind of speak up. Let me change everything so that people can post. How about that, Liz? Would that be a good idea?
That would be good. We love technology.
Yes, we love technology. All right. So now the setting is open. Everybody is able to post. Sorry about that.
There we go.
There we go. Chansey says, I'm ready. Liz, of course, she's ready.
Oh, I'm ready.
You guys, we're really going to get down to it today, and I hope that you are as excited as me. So Liz is a part of our stars group, number one. Keisha Pitt says she's ready. All right, Keisha, I hear you. Liz has participated in our Business and Book Summit. She's a part of our stars group, and I really like where her voice is coming from. I'm just going to tell you guys, and I haven't really said this to Liz, but so she's going to hear it right now. She's hearing this with all of you guys. I'm not fond of coaches who can't walk their talk. I'm not fond of people who are trying to coach you to do what they haven't done. And so what I like about Liz is that here is the real deal. And here is someone who's really going to take you next level if you listen. Now, if you just watch this like a show, then, hey, you're going to miss out. But if you watch it and you act, Toy Parker says, I am ready. Thank you, Toy. If you listen and you act, you're going to see a change. I want this to be the summer of change. Both Liz and I were talking about balancing our life balance and, reading more books. And one of the other things is that there is a place that's doing free jazz concerts on Sunday night. Guess what? I need to do some of that. I need to get out of the house. I need to have fun, and I need to do that. So this is the summer of change, and Liz is kicking it off for us. So I'm going to turn it over to you, Liz. I'm going to ask you guys again, share it out. Let people know that you're here on Media Mondays. Invite them down, especially people you like working with, because if we move up together, then it's great. But if you move up here and leave them behind, they can't support you. And it's going to be hard for you to support them because now you've got to backtrack and go backwards. So get one of your partners on this hangout. And I'm going to introduce you. I'm going to let Liz take over the floor. And thank you so much for hanging out and sending the baby to the babysitter and yes. all the things that you have to do. She's got 6 weeks to simplify.com. If you're feeling crazy, maybe 6 weeks to simplify is the answer. So I'm going to let you take over the floor, and I'm going to go on mute for a minute.
Well, thank you so much. I'm so excited. And it's so funny because everything that you're saying about being so overloaded and, you said that you're going to be plugging into the jazz shows and things like that. I just wrote a quick free book that I'm offering to everyone who goes to my website. If you go to lizderderer.com, which is my main website, you can download the free book, obviously for free, just by entering in your email. The second chapter, which they're short, it's like half a page kind of chapter because I don't want to use all the ink in your printer, but the second chapter is plug into live entertainment because it's 12 ways to maximize your value in life, in business, and within you. And I said plug into live entertainment because especially as solopreneurs, as entrepreneurs who are working out of our bubbles, our homes, as connected as we are through technology, like I'm literally tethered to my computer right now, there's still an enormous disconnect from that human engagement that is so critical to our creativity as entrepreneurs, to our thought process. It cleanses the soul. There's so much power in the human touch. So when you get out to a live event, and the best events are the ones where you can't move and there's people all around you, there's just energy everywhere, and it's so positive, and it's so it just is so engaging and so exciting. And God, if you're in a funk, just get your butt to something live. And I don't care if it's the teenage, high school performance of Tinkerbell or whatever it is, just get out to some sort of live something to plug yourself in to re-engage. So I just love that you commented on that because that's, great minds think alike. That's exactly what I was saying, or one of the 12 quick and easy ways to maximize your value is just take a moment, unplug, and then get into some live entertainment. The other thing I talk about in there, is we're entrepreneurs, we're on stage, and I know a lot of people who are listening to this are on stage in some capacity of their lives. That takes a lot of energy to keep turning yourself on and off. And the other thing is that not everyone is born with that ability to do it. And wherever you are in a stage in your business, you look at the people, we compare ourselves to others. We look at the people who are ahead of us. And what we forget to do so often is look at the people who are not yet where we are. And when you go to a live event, say a karaoke, or say you go to some sort of a, open night, kind of free acting kind of thing. I'm losing the words right now. But, you go to something like that and you see the people getting up, nervous as all could be, and doing it anyway. And there's such lessons in that, such beauty in that, to be able to acknowledge the fact that this individual in front of us is getting up doing something that they're visibly uncomfortable doing it, and they're doing it anyways. And that's what we need to do within our life, within our business, and within ourselves. So talking about kind of, 4 things that I call are 4 pillars to success in your business. I love the way that you introduced me, and thank you for that, as saying so that I walk the walk and I talk the talk, because there was a long time when these concepts I talk about tonight were all foreign to me, and I've spent a long time kind of adopting them and embracing them, and I live them, and now I feel that I'm at a place to talk about them. So it's not like I just read a book and had some concept and was like, oh, this is the fun topic for the night. No, this is my life. So the 4 pillars that I think are the 4 pillars of success within your business are money, spirituality, business, and lifestyle. And money and spirituality are two things that I have been taught. You mentioned earlier something about downloading beliefs. A belief that has just been kind of downloaded into all of us in society is that money and spirituality don't go hand in hand. One is good, the other is not. But then what do we do when we get into business and we are spiritual beings and we want to do well and we want to do well in the world, and in order to do well, we need money to do that. So it's these opposing kind of thoughts that come at us. So that's why they're the four pillars. When you think about spirituality in your business, spirituality is something that comes from within you. And some people are religious, and that just means that they have an organized sense about it. Other people are a little bit more free-spirited and a little bit more free-flowing, where the nature is their sense of source. So in speaking about spirituality, I use a lot of terms kind of interchangeably, and I hope this is kind of okay with the audience, but I refer to God, the universe, a higher power, and my personal is your greater power source, your inner GPS. I'm a nature girl. So I get my spirituality from when I'm barefoot in the woods, in the grass, in the sand. I'm replugging into the earth. That's where my energy and my inner wisdom and guidance is coming to me. And the other side of my life is that I love the hip hop life and the rap music, etc. So there's a phrase that Jay-Z uses in one of his songs that I can't help the poor if I'm one of them, so I got rich and gave back, and to me that's the win-win. And I live by that, and that to me is the perfect blend of kind of business and spirituality, because so many of us want to do good and do well for others, and we can't do that if we're not taking care of ourselves. Money is the lifeblood of your business, and if you're in a place of fear, afraid of money, afraid to go get it because it doesn't blend with your spirituality, what you're doing is you're pinching that umbilical cord of the lifeblood to your business. Allow the money to fuel your business, and being open to the guidance from above, from your GPS within, from your higher power, God, the universe, whatever it is, listening to yourself is going to help you to fuel that lifeblood of your business so you can get your message out in a greater capacity. All of this starts, right, because we're talking about four pillars. What are they grounded in? They're grounded in gratitude. If you are coming from a place of, I have to do this because I need to get my message out, because what I have to say is so important. If you're doing it from that perspective, you see what I'm doing? You're not grounded. You're coming at it from above. But if you're doing it from a place of, I'm so thankful that I have been given this message, and I'm in a position to be able to put it out there, and I'm so thankful that I had the wisdom to receive it, that I had the openness of mind, of heart, of spirit, of soul to embrace this message and receive it, whatever. And when I say that message, I mean the message of the gift that you're bringing into the world. When you come from that place of just absolute gratitude, you can't get more solidly grounded than that. So when you ground yourself in gratitude, you can stick those four pillars in and start building the foundation of your life on top of that. So talking about the money, it's to really come to terms with understanding, and I say this so, come to terms with that money is a beautiful thing, right? Intellectually, we know that. Intellectually.
I think we need to let that settle for a minute.
Yeah.
Money is a beautiful thing. Everybody in the Facebook group put money is a beautiful thing, and I want you to not be all tensed up about it. Say it and say money is a beautiful thing. Okay? Money is a beautiful thing.
And it is the lifeblood of your business, and that is really important to know. And there's a misconception that when we're a solopreneur or an entrepreneur, that anything we charge comes back to us. And for a lot of people, it's hard to charge our worth because we feel like it's a direct reflection on us personally versus the value that we're bringing through our business. So to understand that when we are charging for something that we're doing, our service, our product, etc., it's through our business so that we are able to go out and reach more people. And if your fear mindset, because you believe that it's bad, that it's spiritually wrong to have money, is blocking you from going out and getting that, what you're doing is you're blocking yourself from doing your best work. It's completely counterintuitive. I feel like things just got a little bit brighter. I think somebody just had an aha. Did anybody have an aha? Hit pound aha. We got anybody that had an aha? I'd love to hear it.
I think so, because the way you said it, Felicia Muhammad just said,
it's a beautiful thing.
$4 of money is a beautiful thing.
That it is.
Winter, so did the comedian Miss Woody. She put it in there. I think a friend of mine from high school, Edie Moore, who is a fantastic singer and a fun person all around, she said she had a question for you, so I invited her over. Keisha Pitt said, pound money is a good thing. Tor Parker said, pound money is a beautiful thing. Pound unlimited abundance. So unlimited. I think they are getting that. They are getting that.
They are.
Because we're delayed, but yes, they are getting it.
Good. Yeah, and that's one of the pillars is the money, is to really understand that. And, the other pillar is the spirituality, to come rooted from that place of understanding that you are the vehicle, but you are not the engine.
That is good. You're the vehicle, but you're not the engine. So guess what? We don't have to work as hard as we're working, huh?
Exactly.
If I'm not the engine, maybe I don't have to be all bent out of shape trying to get...
Exactly. Get all overheated and, things start creaking and not working right and making those funny noises. We just have to be. And that's where, like I said, me personally, it's my GPS, my greater power source that kind of guides me from within, that I just have to turn on my GPS, that's my engine, and say, okay, I'm open and ready to receive. And what's the next step? And I'm the vehicle, you're my engine, tell me where to go. And that's you can't get a more critical pillar than that, than understanding that it's not here, it's from here, that's where our brain is. I call us all soulful entrepreneurs. And as soulful entrepreneurs, we don't think here. This has nothing to do with it. We think from within here and within our guts. That's where our brain operates. I'll just share a quick little story. About 6 weeks ago now, I was driving on the highway, and I'm in Connecticut, and there's a lot of wooded highways and trees kind of surrounding. It was a gorgeous day, and all of a sudden a tree started to fall as I was driving, and it ended up falling on my car right as I was driving. And that was a huge catalyst within my life and my business, and it's just been a very, very short amount of time that I've had a significant amount of wake-ups as I've been tuning into this message, and what is this a symbol of, and what does this mean. And I honestly felt like within that moment that my brain, that when the tree fell on the car, it knocked my brain into my belly, and all of my thinking has been coming exactly from there. And if I ever feel myself thinking here, I stop, I breathe, and not the breathe where your chest expands, when you breathe where your belly expands. It's a big difference. When you breathe when your chest expands, what you're doing is you're fueling your brain. What you're doing when you're breathing and your belly expands is you're fueling your body. Absolutely. And you're allowing room to come in for new thought. So that, I just shared that little story because it literally felt like the tree came down, popped me on the head, put the brain right in the belly, and I've been going forward, really much more grounded since.
I remember when you were sharing that on Facebook, and at first it was like, oh, I had a car accident, and then I saw the pictures you shared, and I was like, holy cow, how did she come out of that and she wasn't hurt? But again, it changes, and now one of the things I can feel it from here is that you're probably changing your immediate environment when you're coming from that space. Like,
did you read my ebook? Because that's chapter 1.
I read your ebook yet. You just got it out yesterday. I haven't had a chance to read it. But,
that's chapter 1. Change your environment.
Change it? Okay. I have not read it. I'll be glad to read it. Obviously, I know what's in there. No, just kidding.
I just downloaded it right into you. You don't even need to.
You just sent it to me. I didn't even have to get it. She just sent it to my head. But changing the environment, and I noticed that people are, can do that, and I really, really like that. One of the experiences I had when I was, and I just throw this in there not to break it up, but one of the experiences that I had when I was doing the movie is that we were shooting 6, 7, 8 women a day, because this was a 1-week shoot. And one of our ladies had to come in early. I hadn't met her. She'd been on all the calls. She's on the call tonight. Felicia, I see you're listening, so this is about you. Um, but she had to come in early because she had to get a ride, and she had to sit at the hotel kind of way early from when her actual taping time was. I swear to God, there's a little plateau area in the hotel. I'm on the 6th floor. I swear to God, when I walked out of the door and I looked down, I had never seen her before. I knew that was Felicia sitting there. And when I came down the elevator on the floor, the level of peace this woman had about her. I don't know if she was meditating. I don't know what she was doing. She was sitting at a table. She had all of her bags. She was completely still. She was not talking to anybody. But I'm telling you, the level of peace changed the whole environment of the hotel. It was an embassy suite, so you know how you have that big space that they have, and I felt it from there. My sister
Wow.
felt it. She said, "Oh my God, she literally came in. Her level of peace changed everything. I've experienced it before, but it's been a long time, and so from that, I've been a little bit more aware. So maybe that's why I'm tuning into whatever. Anyway, Felicia, that was a fantastic experience. My assistant and I talked about that for days after you left.
Wow.
It was our first meeting with her, but her level of peace. All you guys talking about how Jesus gives me peace. You don't you don't know it like Felicia knows it.
Wow.
You don't know it like Liz knows it. So that's a space we want to get to. So I just wanted to add that.
No, and that's beautiful because, so often in life, you talked earlier, and I referenced about, the downloading beliefs and that's, we do what we know and we're taught what they know. And it's only now that there's a spiritual awakening really happening and really that we're allowed to talk about it in a much more open and kind of understood way. But if you think about it, we have only ever been taught to really absorb information and communicate within 5 senses. And there's this whole other 6th sense, multiple other senses that we do have that maybe we aren't fully aware of because we haven't had the ability to articulate it. But when you feel somebody staring at you, that is not an odd thing. That is a very real thing. And when somebody is kind of creeping up right behind you, you can feel their energy. And sometimes it's good and sometimes it's bad. And what you're saying is that Felicia really had that positive energy. And some people are born with that and other people really work to enhance that. Just like we work on our physical appearances, just like we work on our mental, etc., we can work on our energy, and that's where that spirituality really is a strong component. So that kind of goes into the 3rd pillar, which is the business, to say that, who you are is shown within your business because that's how you are showing yourself and bringing yourself to the world. So knowing and being wholly spiritual, if that is a strong component of you, knowing that that is okay to bring into your business. I was talking to a bookkeeper a few weeks ago, told her about the tree incident and told her about some of the revelations I've had since then. I'm a huge student of A Course in Miracles, and I started sharing some of that with her. And all of a sudden, she starts telling me that she practices astrology, she does tarot reading, she does numerology, all these different, and not only that that's a side of her life, but the shift in her energy that I got over the phone was amazing. Her voice changed from this, I should tell you what I do, I'm a bookkeeper, to I'm a tarot card reader and I help people understand this. That, it just, when you're allowed to bring your whole self into your business, the right people are attracted to you. And isn't it easier to grow when you are having positive energy sent your way? And then
It
that
is
takes us.
absolutely, yeah.
I mean,
With the positive bouncing back. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
yeah, no, because when you're grounded in a place of shoulds, That's one of the words that I tell all my clients to just abolish. Just get the uds out of your life. No shoulds, no woulds, no coulds. When you're thinking in terms of shoulds, it's coming from somebody else's agenda, and it's coming from a place of, yeah, I mean, just somebody else's agenda, that I think I should be doing this. Somebody else did it. It worked for them, so that's what I need to be doing within my business. It's coming from here,
Mm-hmm.
not from within.
And that's something I know that we probably all have experienced it, but I remember Chansey Witcher's in the room. I remember it's an expert telling her that she needed to be an expert on children for her to get ahead. This woman just got a book deal. Chansey said, you know what? This is who I am. I know who I am. This is my level of expertise. She brings her whole self. She was featured on CNN. I mean, I'm not CNN, CBN for a whole week, her whole book promoted. She's just got a book deal. And she is one of the most authentic people. Take it or leave it. This is me. Don't dig it. Bye. But she's able to make success from pillar to pillar to pillar. She's becoming successful, and she keeps going. And a lot of you let people tell you what you should be or how you should be, and when it doesn't resonate, or you try to use it and it doesn't really resonate with you, then it's tough. I tell people all the time, this is what you need to be, this is what you need to do. Does it resonate with you? If they say no, I drop it, because if they can't see that vision, if you can't see that vision for you, maybe that's not the vision for you.
Mm-hmm. And that's where I tell my clients to sit back, take a deep breath in through the nose, let your belly fill with air and expand, not your chest. Keep your chest where it is, but let your belly expand. And if it feels right, first and best answer, if it feels right, you do it. If it doesn't, you don't. And that's as much thinking as you need to give a decision. Does it feel right in your bones? Because as entrepreneurs, if we spend too much time in here, we'll talk ourselves into the wrong things.
Mm-hmm.
And as creatives, we'll find a way to talk ourselves into things.
Talk a little bit about what it feels like to hear the right thing. Describe that. Go into depth a little bit more.
It's going to feel different for every individual. What I've heard from some of my clients is, I have one gentleman who has he holds all of his stress in his neck. And I guess there's an intuitive quality about me. I'm still picking up and understanding all of this, but I was having a conversation with him over the phone, and I could just feel that he was tense here, and I asked him, and he said yes. And I said, okay, I want you to dig your heels into the ground so that you're shifting your focus to that. Then I ran through the same scenario of questions with him, and he just answered them rapid fire, had all the answers, because he stopped thinking here, and he just allowed himself to let go. It's I guess the only way I can really describe it is that if the answer is coming from here, from the neck up, it's not the right answer. If the answer is coming from the heart, from the gut, it's the right answer. If you can feel it within your core, it's the right answer. If you have to think about it, then it's wrong, because that's A Course in Miracles talks about fear versus love is really two core principles, and gratitude and love, and fear and darkness, etc., and fear and ego. And ego not in the sense of you have a big head and all this other stuff, but ego just in the sense of you're allowing yourself to tell yourself what to do versus being guided by that inner source. You're trying to turn your engine on, not realizing that you're simply a vehicle. So the head doing the thinking is the ego trying to manipulate the greater power source, God, the universe, your higher power. Whereas if you just sit back and relax and open yourself up, you'll feel it within your bones, within your soul, that there's just a feeling of home. That feeling of home, that it just feels right, it feels good, you can sit back, you can relax. It's that sort of feeling that this just feels right. And it feels different for everyone. For some people, it's going to feel like a little zing of energy. You're going to say, oh, that's the right one. For other people, it's going to feel a little bit more calming, because that's what they need to receive. So yeah, for every person, it's different, but it's a feeling versus a thought. I don't know if that makes sense, because it's a hard thing to kind of articulate until you actually allow yourself to go through it. But think back into a time of when was the last time you did something that you just knew was right? When was the last time you made a decision that you didn't have to think about, that you just absolutely knew was right? Maybe it's that first meeting that you had with your husband or wife, or maybe it's, the first time that you bumped into your now, best girlfriend and you just said, oh, she's a keeper. It's one of those kind of things. It's you go back to that feeling, and it's the same thing that you can resonate within your business. And then the fourth pillar is the lifestyle, and it's when you have your money, your spirituality, and your business all in alignment. Picture what your lifestyle is going to look like. You're going to feel better. Your mindset is going to be a lot more at ease and peace.
You're going to be relaxed.
You're going to be much more relaxed. Much more relaxed. And that's the 6 weeks to simplify, is where we go into everything in a much greater, detail and have a lot of exercises to work through this. Because it takes a long time to shift the mindset from these downloaded beliefs that we have within us into the version of ourselves, the calm, peaceful version of ourselves that we want to be, so that we can be more successful.
Okay. It's so, gosh, this is just so important for you guys. I hope you guys are taking notes. I hope you guys are really taking this in, because this will change all of your money making for the summer. And that's what people want to know. They really want to know, in the end, yeah, we want to be more spiritual, but we also want to know, how does that affect our pocket?
Exactly. The action component, right? Because it's all nice in thought and theory, but you can't take thought and theory to the bank. So the application of all of this comes into play is to when you're taking these concepts and you're actually applying them into your lifestyle, that before you make a decision, you do that gut check to say, okay, is this coming from here or is this coming from here? Because when you make the right decision for your business is going to grow exponentially faster. The resistance to anything, the degree of resistance which we have to anything is equal to the degree of success that we will have on the other side. So when you're resisting a change or a mindset, and it's a real big resistance to it, coming up on what does all this have to do with me making money, there's a big opposition to it. Just know that the degree to resistance that you have about that is equal to the degree of success that you will have on the other side once you break through it. So that's your motivating factor to kind of get through and say, okay, I need to master this mindset. I need to master this understanding of spirituality as it relates to my business, because once I open myself up for the right guidance, then I can just be the vehicle, and I can allow the engine to drive that much faster.
Mm. And what do your clients say after they kind of get that breakthrough and it's the beginning of things really flowing for them? What kind of revelations are they having?
They are really at that place of kind of shock and awe that it's what they wanted, it's what they thought they could have, and now they're having it. They're kind of like, I wanted it to be this easy, I wanted it to feel this good, and I didn't know that it really could. And there's a graceful simplicity about their actions, in that before it was a hard energy coming to the table, and what do I do next, and how do I make this thing happen? And then through the coaching conversations, it's just a sense of relax and calm, and they're not so worried if someone didn't call them back, because they know that that person will if they're meant to be. And they can sit back instead of saying, well, why didn't that person call me back, and what did I say in the voicemail, and what's going to happen if they don't call me, etc., and am I going to get this next deal? They can just say, I put the message out there to be received, and what can I do now to maximize my value within my business? What's the next action step that I can take? There's a clarity of thought that comes from it when you're able to kind of release that stress and know that your engine is taking care of everything.
Absolutely. What's the next action step you can take? That is so important.
And that's where our thoughts always need to be. We get so caught up in what just happened or what could have happened that we forget about that we are in control of what can happen next. Mm-hmm. And it's to constantly focus on, I did that and it's done. The results are out of my control, but what I can control is what I can do in this new moment that I have in front of me. I can pick up the phone again.
Mm-hmm.
I can send another email.
Send another email. I can do it.
Exactly.
That is, believe it or not, that's mind-blowing for a lot of people. Toys Parker says, everything Liz Derderer is sharing is a great confirmation for me. I'm so thankful for today's Media Monday, and she thanks me. Toy, I'm glad that you were on. Felicia Muhammad says, pound receiving it, taking it in, Liz Derderer. And
love that.
yeah, everybody is just really, responding. So I'm going to open this up for questions. Is that okay if we do questions right now, or did you have...
That's great.
Okay.
No, I think that's great.
So if you're watching and you're not part of our Facebook group, the Facebook group is where the questions are asked. It's in Instant Star Maker Facebook group, not page, but group, Instant Star Maker Facebook group on Facebook. Come into the room, ask your questions. Toy, Chansey, Felicia, Keisha Pitt, Woody, Miss Woody is working, but she is listening by phone. So she's on the Uber phone. So I know that you are working and you're listening by phone, and so you might not be able to post your question. But if you guys have questions, please post them in the Facebook group so we can get Liz to answer for everybody, number one. Number two, share this link. Share the Facebook link with your friends on your personal line, because you're growing fast. Renee Sunday says, Liz Derderer, go girl, you are on it. No stress. So thank you, Dr. Sunday, for chiming in for Liz.
Love that.
A little cheerleading team here.
Yeah.
But we want you to get some questions answered. She's here. She's making herself available. She's in the Facebook room. And I want you guys to get some real attention. Renee Sunday says, doing the right thing, then money will come. Be a cheerful giver. And, people need to hear this message. So number one, share it out. Number two, we have a little bit of a delay, so I'm kind of giving people time to answer questions, Liz. But ask your question in the Facebook group. And don't be afraid. This is your time to find out. My friend Keith Woodard likes our link. Join our Facebook group. Keith Andes Woodard, I don't know if he's watching or not, but he wrote the very first theme song for the Right Place TV show, my TV show. So,
oh, that's nice.
He is a Grammy awardee, so it's kind of cool. It hasn't been updated in a few years, but that's still my favorite song ever. But do you have questions, Liz? What's the biggest thing that you need to be prepared for if you're going to work with a lifestyle business coach? Or if you're going to work with a business coach, what do we need to do to prepare ourselves before we come and work with you?
You need to be open. You need to be open, and you need to be willing. I have my own coaches. I obviously have a ton of clients that I work with, and the biggest obstacle is ourselves. And we say that we want it, etc. And what I find that's so funny, I love my clients, I love my guy clients, but I find with the guys especially that they tell me what to do next. Tell me what to do next. And, I can tell you what to do, but if it's not, just like you were saying, if it doesn't resonate with you, if it's not clicking with your GPS, if it doesn't come from within you, I don't know. I don't have that gut check within you to tell you if that's going to be the right thing for you or not. I can only advise based on information. So it's coming to the table to really be open to the process. Know that there really are no quick fixes or solutions. The focus is always making money, right? I mean, you're making a financial investment, so the goal is to A, recoup that investment as quickly as possible, and B, to get a 10 times return on that investment as quickly as possible as well. So it's always financially driven, but it also comes from an understanding that we are on a journey really with no destination. We set goals so that we know that we're accomplishing things, but there's no kind of end date. You get into it, you're open to the process, you bring your whole self willing to change and receive, and know that sometimes we're going to be talking about business, sometimes it's going to be a money conversation, and those can get kind of uncomfortable because that's not a topic that we're normally comfortable talking about. But as entrepreneurs, we need to be. Sometimes we're going to be talking about life and what's going on at home, and we're going to be talking about how things all blend together too. So it's
Absolutely.
really just being open-minded to the process and not trying to control it.
All right. Well, we have a question from Chansey, and she says, "What's next for you, Liz?"
What is next for me? So what I have next coming up on the horizon is the summer workshop, 6 weeks to Simplify, which started off pre-tree. It was going to be a boot camp. A lot of hard energy coming to the table on what can we do to really maximize your value this summer and keep things going. Post tree, I said, last thing this mama needs is a boot camp. I need calm simplicity. So the content is the same, but the whole vibe is completely mellowed down so that it's a much more simplistic and relaxing tone. It's a virtual retreat, and that's where we're going to be exploring over the course of 6 weeks how to get grounded in gratitude, understanding your money personality, your money voice, and really integrating all of these tools into your business and your lifestyle. And then what's next on the horizon after that for me is continuing to practice what I preach and continue every day to integrate these things into my business and to develop more systems and be as transparent with my clients as possible so that they know that we are all learning in this thing together.
Very good. And tell everybody again how to get the new book.
So they can go to my website directly, which is lizderderer.com, and right on the homepage they can enter in their email and they will get an instant download of the free book sent to them. And they can start reading it right now. It's short. I didn't go crazy. It's not a big long one. It's just a downloadable, but it's the 12 chapters, and I just think it's so fun that that's exactly what you were talking about. Evaluate your environment, plug into live entertainment. And I broke it down into 3 sections, so it's talking about things you can do within your life, things you can do within your business, and things you can do from within you.
Perfect. I love that. Well, thank you so much for sharing that.
Yes.
Focused on the path, and I will download the rest of that book from you mentally.
Yeah, it's on its way to you. You've already got it.
And work on really practicing that. All right, you guys. Thank you so much for Liz. Liz, hang out with us.
I'm here.
One of the things that I'm going to do, she's in the Facebook group, so you can talk to her directly, and you guys can chat back and forth. One of the things I wanted to do, Stars, is congratulate Chansey Witcher. She has been working hard. You guys know that we just had a hangout a couple of weeks ago with Terry, who is a buyer from a major publisher. He gave you guys his personal cell phone. He gave you guys his personal email, so you could contact him directly if you wanted to be picked up by a major publisher. He also talked about how you do that and how you make that happen. Chansey Witcher listened to that. She was on that, and she took action. And we all want to congratulate Chansey Witcher. She has a brand new book deal from Morgan James Publishing. So I'm going to call her really quickly. And yeah, we can clap for her. Yay. I think there's sound effects. I just don't know how to do them in this thing.
I know you could do like the little hats and stuff, but I won't get involved in that.
Yeah. So I am going to call Chansey so you guys can hear her. Oops, that's not what I want to do. Gotta love your cell phone. And
you know what I love about you? I love that you are just you. You just bring you to the table. You're just real and authentic. It's not about, oh my gosh, what is this going to happen if I can't get this to work? It's just, we're just going to roll with the punches, and it's going to be great. And these are the people that you bring to the table are the ones who are just real and authentic themselves. And I just want to, take a moment to applaud you for that because, you created this ground for all of us to kind of come to. So thank you for that.
Thank you. I love hanging with real people, and I love, when people are trying to do their thing. So it's just a lot of fun, and then the information is always awesome. So you can't beat. I mean, we've had some awesome guests. We only started doing this in December, and you can't beat the guests. Hey, Chansey, you're live on the air.
How are you? Happy stars. How's everybody doing? Everyone live from Dallas and showing some serious love. Thank you, Liz, for tonight. That was an amazing message. Just inspiration all the way around. Definitely leaving feeling 10 times an hour to just go out there and write more books.
Good.
Thank you so much, everyone, for congratulating me. I'm just so humbled by everything that's taking place in my life right now. And it's not about me, it's about people. And so I took action immediately after that Media Monday. Dr. Wright, again, just some amazing people that you're having come on Media Mondays with some amazing insight into like all the different industries. And when you act upon these opportunities that are presented, you know, the sky isn't even the limit. So immediately after that Media Monday session, I actually went and invested in his book, the book proposal that sell. I highly recommend anybody that's trying to write a book proposal to pick that up and spend some time going through it, because there's a lot of key things in there that will really assist you, making sure that you have the right content in a book proposal. But I actually went to work, spent numerous nights and weekends making sure that the book proposal was pristine and polished. Ended up submitting it. It was like 5 days. As soon as I submitted it, I got a response. I was looking at the computer screen like, what in the world? But I always believed for this moment, because I've been dreaming since I was a child, and here it is. And I mean, what an amazing journey. So 5 days, I got a response, and then 2 weeks later, I had a contract, and here we are getting ready to go into production.
Wow.
That is so amazing. Congratulations. But that's the power of action. It's the power of action.
Implementation.
Absolutely. Implementation. I want to tell you guys, I'm not putting these experts into you because I don't know anybody and don't have anybody else, and I'm just dragging whoever I can drag and throwing them up here. I don't do that. I've had Right Place TV for 14 years. I have the privilege of bringing top people in here, and I have the privilege of making my career so that I play with people I like to be with. I don't bring anybody on here just to be doing it. I am with people who can really help you, who can really change things. The other thing she didn't say yet, but the buyer, Terry, also said her book proposal was excellent. She is a writer, so if you need help with your book proposal, I highly recommend you call Chansey. He evaluated and he told her it was 99% a go. The first couple of pages and he was sold. This is who you want creating your book proposal should you decide to go that way. So she didn't say that part, but I'm just going to tell you, the best of the best are coming together. The stars, we got the best of the best. So take action on every single hangout that you come to. Thank you, Chansey, for holding on. I will see you in the room, okay?
All right, sounds good.
Okay.
Bye, everyone.
Bye. Thank you.
And
so exciting.
That is. It's very exciting. I'm so excited for her. I can't wait till this book comes out. And you guys, our next hangout, which I want my stars to support me, we have Eric LaSalle coming on, and he's going to be talking about his new book. A lot of you are not into horror, kind of, you know, murder mystery stuff, but it's a fun book read. It's my fun book read for the summer. Otherwise, I will read business books till my eyeballs fall out. And he's joining us live, so I would love for you guys. I'm opening up the slot so that you can talk to him at the bottom. Of course, we want, you know, people we know and there can trust to be on the slot. But in 2 weeks, he'll be here. So share it with their friends. Liz, they're already saying in the Hangout group that they are signing up for the book, and they got theirs. Let's see. Woody says, Liz and Dr. Wright, you ladies are on point. She didn't hear about the last posting, but she can relate. Again, she's working, so she's kind of on and off. But she's really, really enjoying it. So we're going to make that together. Tori Parker, thank you. She said, Letitia Wright is a real deal. If you love authenticity, then you have no choice but to love her.
Mama
love you,
star.
Okay. hat, Mama Star. I like that.
I love that.
So thank you so much. A couple of other, Felicia says, wow, go ahead, goddess. Much love and light. And we have the links here. It'll be up here so that you guys can listen, hear it again, get the book, get plugged in, seriously consider making some changes. At the end of the summer, I want to hear what the stars did differently and how you changed the whole dynamic. Thank you so much. Oh, that's another posting. Sorry. I thought it was a question for us, and I was like, that question doesn't make any sense, but it wasn't for us. So thank you so much, Liz, for being on here. You know, I can only be me, and you can only be you. So that's the best that we can all do. I want to thank everybody for joining. We just have a couple of minutes, but I'm going to go ahead and sign off. Remember what I always tell you. Ignoring one's conscience is neither safe nor right, okay? So I'll see you guys next time. We're going to hang on live and chat, but we're going to end the broadcast right now. Bye-bye.